Well, this last week, during our bye week, this will be our fourth year in a row to go visit, take all our varsity football players and go visit the BAYFA youth football practices. It's something we started when we had these bye weeks, and this is actually so much more fun for our kids, I think, than it is for the youth kids.
It meant a lot just because they look up to older people to see what they're doing, and like they see that you're doing good and you're playing good on the field, and then they see you at their practices. It's gonna make them want to work hard so they can be on this field on Friday nights.
Almost every one of our kids played youth football here for Broken Arrow, and so they remember what it was like to look up to those high school football players, see them playing on Friday nights, and know them, but really only know them by number. So we put their jerseys on them, so they see Noah, number 4, and they know it's Noah, and they can start putting a face with it, right? And Big 51, Big D'Amico, and the kids can see him out there playing catch and having a good time.
Just hearing it from a player is just different to a little kid. It's just like me seeing like an NFL player on a Sunday night. It'd just be more to me because they're on that next level.
It's something that our kids and our coaches look forward to every single year.
Brought to you by Matthews Ford, Tulsa Bone and Joint, First National Bank of Broken Arrow, St. John Broken Arrow, TTCU Federal Credit Union, and the Arrow Group.
Welcome back to Harv Collins Field in Norman, Oklahoma. Broken Arrow Tiger football is on the air. Tonight, the number 1 Broken Arrow Tigers try to go to 5-0 on the season, 2-0 in district play as they take on the Norman Tigers. Charlie Hanema and Steve Spavital, glad to be with you on this Friday night in Norman. It is a cool night, 69 degrees. Winds out of the southeast, 10 to 15 miles an hour. It feels like football weather, Spav. It's cloudy, It's cool, and we're ready to hook it up for game number 5 of the season.
Absolutely. I'm excited about this. This is just, this is the first time coming on this side of the state in a while. So, this is going to be interesting how we handle this game, handle the travel and everything. So it's going to be, I'm pretty excited about this game.
Tigers coming off a big 28-13 win over Jenks last week in front of 10,000 strong at Tiger Field and another 19,000 some watching around the world on AeroVision. Spav, as we look at the coin toss here, what are your Matthews Ford keys to the game?
Well, as I talked about earlier, number one is we need to play clean is what we talked about. No bad snaps, no assignment errors. Coach Alexander talked about the fact that we need to get down to basics, talk about learning the stance, just getting to the fundamentals of everything. And that's kind of what we need to do. And it needs to show here today to where we reduce our penalties and we just don't have turnovers and anything of that nature. Another thing is I think we need to experiment a little bit. We need to experiment with personnel groups. We need to experiment with different formations that can help us down in the playoff stretch here, work our different movements, or some plays that can really help, like Q Cherry, and things that can help our players a little bit better. And then of course Coach Alexander mentioned it also too. Is a lot of things we're going to have to do things a little bit different, and that could be throw on first down instead of run the ball, because our first down efficiency has been really good. We average over 5 yards on a first down play, so that's really been we've been really efficient on that. So now we have to experiment a little bit, and then we need to work on the passing game. It just needs to continue to improve, and this is a good time to work on the quarterback progressions and mechanics.
The Norman Tigers won the toss and said, we will take the football. So Broken Arrow will kick to start the game. The Tigers will defend the south end of the stadium, so they'll kick with the wind as we wait for both teams to come back out on the tunnel. Broken Arrow, of course, 4-0 on the season with convincing wins over Union, Mansfield, Texas, Owasso, and Jenks in that order. Norman started with 2 wins over Norman North, 28-12 down at OU. They beat Deer Creek 43-14 in week number 2. Then back-to-back losses, Moore and Yukon, both road games, both 14-7 losses. Norman, though, is averaging 7 yards rushing per carry as a team. Probably not going to see that tonight. This Broken Arrow run defense is tough, holding opponents to just 1.6 yards per carry. So that will be the question there. Norman's quarterback is number 14, Cade Horton. He's a junior, 36 of 79 on the year, 598 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. He'll also carry the ball a bunch, 37 carries, 301 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the ground. For Broken Arrow, Tate Robards and Quintevin Cherry both expected to get time at quarterback. Both of them took big steps last week against Jenks. The touchdown pass to Matt Kaiser from Robards, and Cherry was very impressive as well. The Tigers of Broken Arrow are on the field. We are waiting for Norman to come out of the Tiger helmet tunnel with some Tiger stripes on the back there. Steady breeze here. You heard Coach Alexander talk about it in the pregame show. He's expecting it to die down as the game moves along. But right now the streamers on the goalposts are blowing from south to north. American flag is blowing a little bit as well. And you get on the west side of the state, Spav, and you see more of these open stadiums where it's not quite as big on the ends.
Right.
So
we don't have those large visitor stands.
Right, and the end zone here is a neighborhood and baseball field. So wind could be a factor in this one a little bit more than we've been used to so far tonight, but we'll see.
Well, I'd like to see a lot of times is, people, they can't run the ball on us. You specified that, and you're right with statistics. But, one thing I'd like to really see is our D-line making the tackles. Our D-line is so good that they're being doubled and everything. The linebackers are making all the tackles because, Yeager, Marcaselli, and Potter, you got 3 great linebackers. But I'd like to see our D-line shed these blocks and make the tackles themselves and in games like that. And this will help them get better along the way.
The band is clearing the field. Tyler Crawford leads the Broken Arrow kickoff team out onto the field. Broken Arrow wearing the white visiting jerseys with the black pants with the gold stripe. Broken Arrow, the Adidas flagship school in Oklahoma. Norman goes all black. Black jerseys with white numbers outlined in orange, black pants, black helmets. Glad you're with us for Broken Arrow Tiger Football. Whether you're streaming live on ArrowVision or listening to us on 97.1 FM, The Sports Animal, thanks for tuning in and giving part of your Friday night to Broken Arrow Tiger Football. The returners for Norman, Gunnar Luna and Andrew Young. Tyler Crawford is ready to kick things off. We're just waiting on Darren Foster's whistle to start things off. Rather sparse crowd here at Harv Collins Field. Decent Broken Arrow turnout on the visitor side, though. Here comes Tyler Crawford. The left-footed kick is away, and with the wind, this one is going to sail comfortably into the end zone. No return. Norman will start at the 20-yard line.
I wonder when we're going to start fair catching and stuff like they do in, in college right now.
We'll see.
That's such an interesting rule.
We will see. Cade Horton is the Norman quarterback. 6'1", 175-pound junior. He wears number 14. You'll see a steady diet of Xavier Smith, the senior tailback. He's number 24, 52 carries, 373 yards. And we'll get to the receivers after this play. 1st and 10 coming from the Norman 20-yard line as the Tigers start their quest for 5-0. Horton out of the shotgun snap, takes it, drops back, sets up, firing downfield, looking for his man, and that is intercepted by Tricky Stokes. He rips it away from the receiver on the first play of the game. You're speechless.
I know. I wish I would have seen that play. I had somebody in my way. Sorry.
I looked right at Spavin. I got right in front of him. We've got one little tiny window here in Norman that isn't fogged up. So, my bad. Here's the replay. Aaron Tricky Stokes just ripped it right away from Andrew Young.
That's a great play, yes.
Broken Arrow is back to even in the turnover margin. Line of scrimmage is the 44-yard line. Tate Robards is the quarterback. I formation behind him. Takes the snap, gives to Cortez. Cortez head of steam across the 50. Easy run there on first down for about 6.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge. He's going to have a huge night.
Jaden Ford on that tackle.
Brought down after a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 4 for Broken Arrow.
2nd and 4 coming here from the Tigers. Is that an LED down marker on the far side? It looks awful bright. Wow. Look at the Norman Tigers. Robards out of the gun. Passing on 2nd down. That's complete to Matt Kaiser. He's forced out of bounds, but not before he picks up a First National Bank first down. Kevin Randall on the tackle for Norman.
I love that. Those type of plays, the play action and the short routes. And see what it is they're setting Kaiser up. He's just going to run deep. They're going to get those guys attacking downhill so fast that he's just going to give a double move.
Gain of 8 on the play. 1st and 10, Broken Arrow across midfield at the 42-yard line. Robards under center with motion. This is a jet sweep to Keller. Keller has a seam. He just gets tripped up. Short gain there. Great tackle by Cole Thompson. He's one of Norman's leaders on defense because if he didn't trip up Keller, he was gone.
Yeah. Well, you can see us doing a lot of things different here. We're putting a wing to the field, to the wide side, and then we're putting the twin receivers into the boundary, the short side of the field.
2nd and 9 coming here for Broken Arrow from the 41-yard line. 10:33 to go. The give is to Cortez following his blockers. He's tripped up inside the 40. Tyron Robb, the tackle for Norman. It'll be 3rd down and about 6.
2 yards brings up 3rd and 7 for Broken Arrow.
Just running the power play there like we normally do. But what I'm seeing with Coach Wilkinson is he's doing a different formation each time. So when we talked about experimenting, he's doing it.
3rd and 6 coming here for the Tigers. Broken Arrow 8 of 13 on 3rd down last week. Robards takes the shotgun, snap, sets up, under pressure, he's hit and sacked. Sacked by Cedric Seals on a safety blitz.
Seals came off the edge.
Yeah.
Big loss. Brings up 4th and long for Broken Arrow.
Boy, he came clean too. He came clean. And we didn't even see it. We didn't even see it at all.
Cedric Seals came off the safety blitz. That's his 2nd sack of the season. He's now the Norman leader in sacks, and Tyler Crawford is ready to punt here on 4th and long. High snap, he fields it, gets the left-footed line drive punt away. Gunnar Luna fields it just inside his 10, makes the first man miss across the 20, forced out of bounds near the 25. So a decent return by Norman, 16 yards, and the Tigers take over at the 24.
Very, very low kick, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if that was a deliberate move or not, but it didn't let the coverage team get down there.
Well, it's yeah, exactly, and it's odd because the ball will bounce forward.
First and 10 from the 24. We've adjusted the configuration in the press box. If you're wondering, I'm now standing behind Spav. Picture that, so he can see what's going on here.
I can't believe what you did that.
Although the first play worked out pretty well.
I know, maybe you should.
Here comes Horton. It's a handoff up the middle. Not a whole lot there. Joe Willie on the carry. Campbell Yeager brought him down, but what looked like nothing turned out to be about 5 yards.
Yeah, it looked like he just kind of bounced off and
Handoff goes to Joe Willie.
Found it.
Jalen Moss, the first.
Or at least we got Campbell in there making the play.
Called shortly by Julian Mosley.
2nd and 5 from the 29. Shotgun snap to Horton. Give up the middle, not much. There's Zeno Marcaselli in on that tackle. That was Joe Willie again.
Yeah, Newell did a great job, and this is what I was talking about, those D-line. I would like the D-line to get off those blocks and make plays.
Norman quickly to the line on 3rd and 4. No score early first quarter. Cade Horton out of the gun. Here comes pressure. Shovels his feet. He is hammered down by Kaiser Newell. He just smashed him into the turf, and Norman goes 3 and out.
Boy, that's what we needed. This is what I'd like happening now is we're putting pressure on the quarterback with our D-line, the guys with the hand on the ground. And then we're being able to control the line of scrimmage. Perfect.
Loss of 9. It'll bring up 4th and 13 from the 21. Jonah Payton back to punt for Norman. He's got experience. Last year against Broken Arrow, he punted 10 times. Payton takes the snap. His punt is away. Isaiah Keller hauls it into the 50, makes the first man miss. Now gets a great block, has a seam on the left side, outside the hash to the 40, inside the 30, flag comes in. This one's coming back, but Keller got down to the 20 or so. A nice return by Isaiah Keller, but there are 2 flags on the field at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, we had an unnecessary block.
Yeah, we just saw it there on the replay. Looks like probably a blindside block there, and that'll be coming back. But Broken Arrow's defense answers with a 3 and out. That's the 16th 3 and out forced this season.
Yeah, but the problem with the penalty is even if we fair caught it where we had it, is we would be inside the 50-yard line. Now with the penalty, we could be outside the 50. And, the field position is so important because that's such hidden yardage that people don't realize there is in a game. Looks like we're right at the 50.
Darren Foster called the block in the back. It sets up 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 50. 7:29 to go, first quarter, no score. Broken Arrow at Norman. Second drive of the game for the Tiger offense. Tate Robards out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, gives to Cortez.
Great
Cortez
play.
Following a lead block. He's got a seam across the 40. One man to beat inside the 30. Now shifts back to his right across the 20. What a run by Noah Cortez before he's finally brought down by Jaden Ford. Gain of 33 and a First National Bank first down.
What a great play. Just kind of like to the short side of the field, running that power play in there. It's kind of the same side power, which is really difficult to defend.
Line of scrimmage is the 17. 1st and 10, Broken Arrow. 7:10 to go, opening quarter. Robards with trips to the right. Gives to Cortez. Cortez around the 10. Forced out of bounds, close to a late hit there, and there comes the flag. They threw him to the turf about 3 steps past the sideline.
Yes, running a counter play in the boundary. I love that play. My son in West Virginia does the same thing. He runs that counter into the boundary. I love it. And that's what we just did and had a lot of good yardage. They're going to be called for a late hit. puts the ball on the 4-yard line.
Personal foul. Defense. Half the distance to go. First down. Penalty moves the ball down to the 4-yard line. First and goal, Tigers.
Jumbo Set comes in for the Tigers. It'll be first and goal from the 4 with 7 minutes to go. Opening quarter. I formation behind Robards. Alex Arroyo, the fullback. Cortez, the tailback, with Kaiser Newell in the H. Give to Cortez, and he is in. Touchdown, Broken Arrow. Noah Cortez in from 4 yards out. His 30th touchdown as a Broken Arrow Tiger.
Now that's going to be hard to stop when you're sitting here like with 4 tight ends in the game, and just running that inside power. He walked in the end zone. He wasn't even touched.
The seas parted. Cortez now 55 yards on 5 carries. That gets him 3,054 for his Broken Arrow career. Snap spot. The extra point from Skylar Seagraves is up and good with 6:55 to go in the first quarter. Broken Arrow 7, Norman nothing. This is Broken Arrow football.
The 1982 Pride of Broken Arrow Marching Band had a spectacular and rewarding year. Led by Senior Drum Major Paul Gerder and Junior Drum Major Mindy Denton, the Pride and its members practiced relentlessly with the utmost determination and won the sweepstakes of the Midwest Championship in the Colorado Marching Band competition, which was truly a great honor and led many to declare the Pride the grandest band in the land. This great moment in Tiger history is brought to you by First National Bank of Broken Arrow, a loyal fan of our community for over 100 years. First National Bank of Broken Arrow, the right balance.
Lifetime. Only Technology Center. Your potential, our promise.
Welcome back to Harv Collins Field in Norman. Number 1 Broken Arrow strikes first. A Noah Cortez 4-yard touchdown run. It's 7-0 Broken Arrow.
Thank you, OSOI.
3-play, 50-yard drive. Gave them all to Cortez.
Well, I tell you what, this year, one thing for sure is we start fast. And that's something we haven't done in the past. And we've outscored our opponents in the first half by we tripled them. Tripled the score, and that's what's really exciting is that how fast we start.
Here's Tyler Crawford's kickoff. It's a good one, close to the goal line and just into the end zone, so another touchback for Norman. The Norman Tigers will take over at their own 20 with 6:55 to go in the opening quarter. Already drive number 3 for Norman. The first one was 1 play, an interception by Aaron Tricky Stokes. The second drive, 3 and out. We'll see what Norman can muster here on possession number 3.
They're just going to have to get more creative of what they're doing. If they're going to sit there in the one back and line up and try to run the ball on us, it's not going to happen.
Joe Willie is the single setback behind Cade Horton. Now they move motion. Play fake. Horton on the move, rolling out. Dumps it off to Trey Hekimovich. Not a whole lot there. Maybe 3.
Yeah, trying to run a bootleg there, and it looked, we sniffed it out right to begin with.
Gain of 3 before Miles Slusher made the tackle. 2nd and 7 coming from the 23. Norman tries to go tempo. They're ready to go. Trips left, single receiver right. Freeze count there by Horton. Now he makes some adjustments as he reads the Broken Arrow defense. Give it the middle. No quarterback keeper. It was Horton. Running and sliding close to the chains. We'll see where they spot it. I think he got it.
On the keeper, he's up near it. Norman, first down.
No, going to be a little short, I think.
The line judge has come in to think about this. The head linesman seems to think they're short. He slid right in the middle of the field, just shy of the 30, as the officiating crew thinks about it. Well, looks like they're discussing where to spot it because it was where it should be where he gave himself up to start the slide, not where he actually hit the ground, right?
Correct.
So they'll back it up about half a yard. Now it is clearly short of the line to gain. 3rd and 1 coming from the 29.
Well, obviously, we're going to shut them down here. I mean, we're locked down man. We've got 6 in the box here ready to get after them. So they're going to have to be creative, I'm telling you.
3rd and 1. Horton, handoff right up the middle and swallowed up by the Tiger defense. That one went nowhere, maybe backwards.
And that's
Jalen
what we were
Moss.
anticipating. That's what we were looking for.
They handed it off to Joe Willie straight up the middle. Got nothing. Here comes the punt team. Another 3 and out. 4th and 1 coming here from the 29.
Well, you get Campbell Yeager plugging the hole, and you got 3 linemen there, and you're anticipating a run right in the middle. They're not going to get it. Again, I keep saying this, but they have to be more creative. They're going to have to take chances.
Isaiah Keller ready to return this one. The kick is away. End over end wobbler. Keller thought about it. Now bounces. He fields it. Not a wise call there, but Keller strangles that football and heads to the turf at the 43-yard line. Broken Arrow will take over 1st and 10. That took a weird bounce.
Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think he wanted to field it.
Yeah, he was trying to get away from it, and then it hit the turf.
It took a bad bounce.
And it's almost like he fell on it so it didn't roll out farther.
Exactly.
But boy, that was dangerous.
Because it hit him. Okay, so we're 1 for 1 now. We had one, we've been in the red zone twice. In one, we got a sack, and we had to punt the ball. And in the second one, we scored.
Cherry bomb time for Broken Arrow. Quintevin Cherry in at quarterback for the first time tonight. He's in the shotgun with 3 receivers to his left. Cherry puts the right hand down, calls for the snap, rolling out to his right, designed run, makes the first man miss. Still on his feet, now chopped down at about the 46. Chance Seals on the tackle. Check that, Cedric Seals. Gain of 4 or so by Quintevin Cherry.
Yeah, that was a good play. It was developing really well, but then he cut it back inside. I'm not sure what forced him to cut it back inside. If he would have continued out, I think he would have had a lot more success.
2nd and 6 coming from the 47. Cherry sets his feet, fires, caught by Matt Kaiser, tries to shake off his man. Kaiser's going to be short of the first down, but a nice catch by Matt Kaiser to haul in a rocket throw from Quintevin Cherry.
Yeah, he bobbled a little bit, and that allowed them to come and make the play. Otherwise, he would have probably wiggled a little bit and got the first down.
Kevin Randall, the corner that was on him, dove at his ankles and just held on. Kaiser tried to shake him free, but then he got finished off. So gain of about 4 or 5. It's 3rd and 2 coming now from the Norman 47. 4:14 to go, opening quarter. Broken Arrow 7, Norman nothing. High snap, Cherry fields it, gives to Cortez in the C's part. Cortez has green grass in front of him. 10-5, house, touchdown, Broken Arrow. It was like Moses parting the Red Sea right up the middle for a 47-yard score.
It's that inside power, and he wasn't even touched. What a great play, a great call, a great run, great blocking, just perfect.
2nd touchdown of the game for Cortez, the 11th of the season and the 31st of his Broken Arrow career. Snap spot extra point by Seagraves is up and good with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Number 1, Broken Arrow 14, Norman nothing. This is Broken Arrow football.
(1982) was a year of overcoming adversity for the Tigers. After starting the year with a victory over Sand Springs, the rest of the season produced a series of disappointing losses to Memorial, Jenks, McLean, and Muskogee. But there's no quit in the Tigers, as team leaders Bill Zachary, Ronnie Hill, and David Alexander helped the team rise to the occasion and beat East Central to go 5-5 for the year. This great moment in Tiger history is brought to you by First National Bank of Broken Arrow, a loyal fan of our community for over 100 years. First National Bank of Broken Arrow, the right balance.
Tyler Crawford's kick goes into the end zone for another touchback, so Norman will start at its own 20, trailing 14-0 with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. It was a 3-play, 56-yard scoring drive for Broken Arrow, capped off by a 47-yard touchdown from Noah Cortez. Took up just 1 minute and 24 seconds.
Well, I tell you what's huge. It's just the starting yard or the starting point of each team. They've been starting each drive on the -20, and we've been starting on the 40. There's a 20-yard difference.
Handoff up the middle on first down, met immediately by Gavin Potter. Potter was all over that one, gain of maybe 3. Joe Little again on that one.
Brought down by Gavin Potter.
It just looked like our D-line is trying to run around things right now. We need to settle down.
Shotgun snap. Horton dumps it out of the backfield to Hekimovich across the 25 before he's spun down by Kewan Tolbert. They'll wind the clock as all that for a gain of about 1, and it'll be 3rd and long. Opposing offenses against the Broken Arrow defense. 11 of 45 on 3rd down coming into tonight. Tonight, Norman is 0 for 2. It'll be 3rd and 4 from the 26. Horton back to pass. Now tries to run up the middle, and he is going to be swallowed up and chopped down by Colton Collier. 3 and out again as Collier brings down the quarterback after a short gain of about half a yard.
He should have just kept the ball. He stopped to try to throw it, and we came back and sacked him. So
Jonah Payton comes back out to punt for Norman. We mentioned 10 punts against Broken Arrow last year in this game. Well on pace for that number again.
Exactly.
Payton takes the long snap. The punt is away. It's wobbling. It hits at about the 46. Keller fields it just inside his 40. Nice little move there. He's still loose across the 50, inside the 40, 30. Just the punter to beat. Makes a spin move, and he's thrown down inside the 20. Nice return by Isaiah Keller, and Broken Arrow takes over deep in Norman territory.
God, this field position is huge. The yardage, the hidden yardage is just unbelievable right here.
They threw a flag just inside the 30. It was kind of blocked from our vantage point by the Norman bench, but they're going to get a hold on Broken Arrow at about the 28. So still great field position for Broken Arrow. They'll start at the Norman 38 with 2:12 to go in the first, leading 14-0. Tate Robards is back in at quarterback for Broken Arrow. 3 receivers set, 1 left, 2 right. Robards back to pass, looking deep for Kaiser. Had single coverage, and it was underthrown, incomplete.
Yeah, they had to throw it pretty quick. What they're trying to do is stem the line. Their defense is stemming a little bit now, which means they're starting in one point and stemming to another leverage. And sometimes that can create some pass protection issues.
Kewan Tolbert in at tailback for Broken Arrow now. 3 receivers to the right. Kaiser, Matthews, and Client from outside to inside. Tate Robards ready for 2nd and 10. Gives to Tolbert. Tolbert makes a cutback, still on his feet across the 30. Spun down by Jaden Ford, but a First National Bank first down and a gain of 13 for Kewan Tolbert.
You're running trips to the field. What was really neat is they're running a power away into the boundary to the short side. And defensively, they did a great job, but his vision was unbelievable to where he could bounce that thing and cut it back and do what he did.
1st and 10 from the 26, 1:40 to go first quarter. Broken Arrow 14, Norman nothing. Robards out of the gun, quick pass, fires, caught by Trayvon Client inside the 20, going to the far sideline, and he is across the line to gain. First National Bank first down, pickup of 11 for Trayvon Client.
I was just waiting for that to happen. I was wondering when Coach Wilkinson was going to finally decide to see that. I know he saw it, but they're not covering number 2 receiver very well. They're walking the linebacker just partially out, and they're a man short when he throws it out there.
Line of scrimmage is the 16-yard line. 1st and 10, Broken Arrow at the Norman 16. Robards waits for the shotgun snap. Quick drop, fires. That's caught by Kaiser. Kaiser's still on his feet.
What a great
down
catch.
at about the 3-yard line. Matt Kaiser hauls it in traffic. A First National Bank first down, and BA is knocking on the door again. Quick drop, fires. That's caught by Kaiser.
What a great catch, too. They're playing man coverage. They're zeroed up, and they threw a little slant there, and boy, the guy was all over him. He just made a really sweet catch.
Gain of 14 for Kaiser. 1st and goal from the 2 with 42 seconds to go, first quarter. Robards under center, hands to Cortez, straight ahead and in for touchdown number 3.
Untouched.
Noah Cortez with another run up the middle for a Broken Arrow score.
2-yard touchdown run by Noah Cortez, and it's 20-0 BA. Under center, hands to Cortez, straight ahead and in for touchdown. Looks like a linebacker 3. Got part of a shoulder pad on him. That's it. Seagraves on to put this one through and make it 21-0.
They have no answer to the inside power.
Snap spot. The kick is up and right down the middle. With 35 seconds to go in the first quarter. Broken Arrow 21, Norman nothing. We'll keep it here as the Tigers are dominating as we expected in this ball game.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, four possessions, 3 scores. And we should have had four scores. But, we got caught on downs. We got the sack. We did some things, but give Norman credit on that. But to have 3 quick scores here right off the bat in the first quarter is unbelievable.
Cortez is over 100 yards in the game, 104 yards on 7 carries, 3 touchdowns. He's averaging 14.9 yards per carry. As a team, Broken Arrow 149 yards, Norman 14. Tyler Crawford puts the ball on the tee and pacing off as he's ready to kick this one away again. Tyler Crawford's left-footed kick is high and deep and in the end zone and will not be returned once again. Broken Arrow Tiger football brought to you in part by our One Club sponsors, TTCU Federal Credit Union, the Arrow Group, St. John Broken Arrow, Tulsa Bone and Joint, First National Bank of Broken Arrow, and Matthews Ford. Thank you for your support of Tiger football and of Broken Arrow Public Schools. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 20. 35 seconds to go here, first quarter. Broken Arrow leading Norman 21-0. Xavier Smith is the tailback with Cade Horton this time. 3 receivers set. They give it to Smith, and he is going to be spun around and thrown to the turf by Gavin Potter. Loss of 4, and Potter grabbed him around the shoulder pads and just spun him on down.
He's good at that. He's just so tremendous at running the perimeter. Hey, I need to give a quick shout-out to Elizabeth Sturm. Elizabeth Sturm is 95 years old. She's the biggest BA supporter, and, I mean, she can talk football with the best of you. I'd just like to give her a little quick shout-out here.
Well, thank you, Elizabeth, for tuning in, and thanks for your support of Broken Arrow football. The first quarter is in the books. All BA, 21-0 our score. Back with the second after this. You're listening to Tiger Football.
Happiness is getting what you want. But first, let me explain how I got here. When I needed a vehicle, I went online and saw tons of ads. Click here, buy here, come here. So overwhelming. I want the best price and selection with the least hassle. So it's simple. I clicked on MatthewsFordVA.com, made an appointment to take a test drive, and was greeted with a warm handshake and the fantastic price that matched what I saw online. Click, shop, drive at MatthewsFordVA.com. Only in Broken Arrow.
My dad's always saying a little extra effort now will really pay off later. Here's how you can put in just a little extra effort and help out our schools in a big way. Just switch your checking account to TTCU. It's easy. You get $150 just for switching. And every time you use your school pride card, TTCU donates to our schools. So far, over $1 million. They're the only ones doing that. So make the switch to TTCU and be the person who's making a difference for our schools.
Welcome back to Harv Collins Field in Norman. The sun is setting, and the Broken Arrow Tigers are dominating Norman, leading 21-0 after one quarter. Norman has the ball, 2nd and 14 from its own 16 as we get ready for quarter number 2. Cade Horton out of the gun, under pressure, running for his life outside the pocket. Now he's clear of the defense. He's to the 30, chopped down by 4. He's brought down there by a Tiger. What a play.
I know. We fell down. We fell down. That's what gave him the edge.
And it is first down, Norman.
First down by Cade Horton. A 14-yard run all over the place. First and 10 from the 30. It's Horton again up the middle. Zone read there. The tailback option was covered by Potter. Horton kept it himself and didn't find a whole lot. Picked up 3 before he was brought down by D'Amico Rowland.
Yeah, they weren't going to run on Potter, that's for sure. Like we talked about, they're going to have to get creative. Here it is, 2nd and long.
4 wides for Norman. Horton, quick pass, fires. That's caught by Andrew Young, but he was on his knees, so he'll be chopped down at the 39. 3rd and 1 coming.
That's something they couldn't do last year. They really did a good job here. I mean, this quarterback is a lot better here.
3rd and 1 for Norman. Inside 11 minutes to go, 2nd quarter. 21-0 Broken Arrow. Charlie Hanneman and Steve Spavital with you from Norman, Oklahoma. Here's 3rd down, quarterback run, and the Tigers are all over that one. Kaiser Newell grabbed him and spun him. I think he, though, spun him forward. He did. First down for Norman. Newell had a great contain there, but when he went to tackle him, he threw him forward across the line to gain.
And Campbell Yeager made a great play on this as well. He read it, came through.
Credit to Horton for a tough run there because he was stopped at the 39 when Newell had his hands on him, and then he managed to fight forward for another 2 and pick up that first down. 2nd first down of the drive for Horton. Shotgun snap, firing a quick pass. That's caught over the middle. Complete to Tyler Crump. It was Zeno Marcaselli on the tackle. Gain of 6 on first down.
This is what they're going to have to do, though, because we're stopping the run. We've got everybody in the box trying to stop the run, and you got to throw those quick passes.
Handoff up the middle. No, it's Horton on a keeper. He gets the first down. Nice run by Cade Horton on the option fake up the middle. Zach Marcaselli brought him down, but not before he picked up about 6 and a first down. Norman has a little something going here. Cade Horton now 6 carries for 17 yards. He's 4 of 5 passing for 19. Norman is in Broken Arrow territory now. 1st and 10 at the 48. 9:40 to go, 2nd quarter. Tigers leading 21-0. Horton on the move to the left, firing downfield.
Oh.
Intercepted by Stokes again. He's at the 40 with the blocker in front of him. This could be a big return. A flag, though, just comes in. Stokes is still on his feet, 40, 30, cutting back to the 20 before he's brought down, but there is a flag.
Oh, what a
back
great
in
play,
Broken Arrow territory at the 38-yard line. It's still going to stand as an interception by Aaron Tricky Stokes, his 2nd of the game, but the return will come back.
Oh, gosh. I mean, what a great play by him. You know, the quarterback was booting out and threw it into double coverage. I mean, that's just something you can't do. If he's covered, you need to throw it out and live another down.
You're right, Spav. Norman had put together a few plays, and I don't know if momentum was the right term, but they had a little bit of positive
yes,
vibe going.
Exactly. They were doing a good job. They were being creative, doing a good job, knowing that they can't run the middle.
Cade Horton slow to walk off the field on that one. He's got his helmet off, and he's a little wobbly. I can't tell if he's just disappointed and tired from from rolling out on the boot there, but we'll keep our eye on him on the sideline because he was a little slow to come off the field there. That could be big for Norman. Tigers already in a whole bunch of trouble. Broken Arrow with the ball. The Tigers start from their own 20, 1st and 10 with 9:19 to go. Handoff to Noah Cortez. Cortez rumbling across the 35. Pick up of about 5 on 1st down.
Noah Cortez, the ball carrier for Broken Arrow.
Cole Thompson, nice tackle for Norman, but man, Cortez is going to wear them down in a hurry.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt. Because, our line, experience, we're running those power plays, we're doing things that we do best. And it's going to be very difficult for them to sustain this through the whole game.
2nd and 5 coming from the 35. 8:49 to go, 2nd quarter. Broken Arrow 21. Norman zip. Tate Robards play fake. Steps up in the pocket, firing deep. There's a flag. Kaiser hauls it in at the 30, across the 25. He's tough to bring down. They bring him down at the 20. There's a flag in the secondary. We'll see what the call is.
Oh, what a great play, though. I mean, this is something we were talking about. That's the double move. They're running those short outs all the time. Then he ran a double move. He got held up. Ball was thrown behind him a little bit. Kaiser made a fabulous catch on it.
It's a 45-yard catch by Matt Kaiser. That's the longest completion of Tate Robards' Tiger career.
Got holding against the defense. That penalty's time. 1st down.
See, they were holding him on the double move. When Kaiser was running the double move, he knew he was getting beat, and the guy held him.
First National Bank 1st down, 1st and 10 at the Norman 20. 8:32 to go, 2nd quarter, 21-0 Broken Arrow. Robards under center, takes the snap, gives to Cortez. Cortez has another seam. 10-5 house. Touchdown, Broken Arrow.
Touchdown, Broken Arrow.
Oh, my gosh. It's just untouched again. That inside power. They're going to have to go back to school on stopping that thing.
Let's take a look at the replay. Great job of blocking on this right side of the line. Andrew Rame and Trevor Burkhardt just destroyed their guys. Dax Wilson, great too. Cortez, untouched up the middle for a 20-yard touchdown, and we're an extra point away from 28 zip.
Well, we took that 3 technique defensive player, Rame, and they pushed him back so far he was blocking everybody else.
Extra point from Seagraves, up and good. With 8:22 to go in the first half. Broken Arrow 28, Norman nothing. This is Broken Arrow football.
To get great care for your everyday life, you need more than an everyday doctor. You need one that listens. And that's just what Ascension doctors at St. John do. Listening to you helps us see your whole picture. And with care teams who take the time to understand you, getting the care you need when and where you need it has never been easier. Find care that is right for you at getstjohncare.com.
My name is Abigail Bailey. I was at my yearly checkup when I was 12, and we went and got x-rays, and she diagnosed me with scoliosis and that we needed surgery as soon as possible.
Tulsa Bone and Joint was very compassionate. They took their time with us. They answered questions. He was very encouraging.
Dr. Clark helped me see that there is life after spinal fusion. Just because your spine is fused doesn't mean that you can't do what you love to do.
Download Norman Regional's virtual care app for Apple and Android devices today.
The woodshed is portable. We've brought it down I-35 to Norman. Broken Arrow leads Norman 28 zip with 8:22 to go in the 2nd quarter. Glad you're with us for Tiger football. I'm Charlie Hanema alongside Steve Spavital, and it's been the Noah Cortez show and the offensive line show.
Yeah. I'm just telling you, the offensive line is blowing off the defensive line of Norman so bad that they're actually blocking everybody else. They cannot get anybody to that inside power because we're blowing them off the ball too much.
Gunnar Luna and Andrew Young back to return from Norman. Now Crawford's kicking into the wind, so we might have a return. High arcing kick. It's fielded at the 3-yard line by Luna. He tries to cut back to the left, and the coverage team almost got him at the 10. They'll force him out of bounds awfully close to the 20. They'll mark it about the 22. Jalen Johnson had that tackle for Broken Arrow. 20-yard return, but man, Broken Arrow was real close to chopping that one down at the 10.
Exactly. Boy, he was running for his life.
Norman still huddled up on the sideline. Now the Tigers slowly make their way back across the field. Cade Horton, still the shotgun quarterback for Norman. The setback is Joe Willie. Horton takes the snap, gives to Willie, cuts back to the left, trying to get back to the 20. Campbell Yeager was all over it. Stokes is going to finish him off, and Jalen Moss is going to get a late hit for slamming him into the turf.
What a great read by Campbell, though. They're running a same side counter, which is very difficult to read because you don't see the pulls real quick. And he read that thing really good, and he came downhill and did a great job. Now, those are things we can't have. We really don't need those. You know, that's not really an aggressive penalty.
Not the most egregious of late hits by any stretch, but still, you're right, Spav, one that the Tigers don't need, as we talked about trying to play clean and crisp.
We've been playing pretty clean, but we've had a lot of penalties this game.
They'll move it to the 42. Horton dumps it off to Andrew Young, and he's going to be brought down with one hand by D'Amico Rowland.
God, did he read that thing quick? What a great play by D'Amico. That was just a great read.
Little screen pass, and D'Amico Rowland gets one paw on him and throws him to the turf for a loss of one.
Yeah, running the little jailbreak in the boundary, which is a great play.
Not only one hand, it was his left hand. Here's second down. Ball is loose. Now it's still loose. It bounces all over the place. Norman still fell on it, but Kaiser Newell had a shot. Great pressure by pretty much the entire Broken Arrow defensive line. Colton Collier was in there. I believe Yeager was in there too. Big loss.
Everybody was in there.
It'll be third and a lot. Third and at least 10. Third and
20.
Who are we kidding? Third and 19. Let's not short them. Third and 19 from the 33. 7 minutes to go, first half. Broken Arrow leading the Norman Tigers 28-0. 4 receiver set for Norman. 2 left, 2 right. Third and long. Horton, screen pass, no chance. Punt team.
Well, here's the problem with running screens so much. If you can't throw vertical, if you can't threat vertical, the screens are not going to work. Because we're all in the box. We're crammed in the box. Anything shallow screens are going to be stopped. You know, if you just have to understand that. They have to be able to throw vertical.
Jonah Payton, low snap, bounces. He picks it up and gets the punt away. It's a short one, though. Fair catch called for and made by Keller at about the 40. So another great stand by the Broken Arrow defense, and the Tiger offense takes over in the shadow of midfield again.
Puts Broken Arrow at their own 41-yard line. First down, Broken Arrow.
Noah Cortez tonight, 9 carries, 129 yards, 4 scores.
Wow, that's impressive. Everything about what we're doing tonight has been impressive.
Quintevin Cherry is the quarterback for this Tiger drive, or at least the start of it. Pre-snap trade as Dex Wilson goes left to right. Cherry takes the shotgun snap. Sets up, thought about the pass, felt some pressure, and he's just going to scramble to his left and be flung down for a loss of 2.
You know, they have a pretty good little secondary that does a pretty good job, actually. They're not too bad.
Tevin Randall, the defensive end, on the sack for Norman.
You know, each possession they've had, they've started on about the 20-yard line, the minus 20. We've started on the 50. That's 30 yards of difference just in field position.
6:05 to go, first half. Broken Arrow 28, Norman zip. Quintevin Cherry keeping it himself, and look at him go, 50, 40. It's a foot race across the 30. One man to beat, and the little fella chops him down.
The little dude got him.
Quintevin Cherry had that guy by 100 pounds, but he still made the tackle. I believe it was Jaden Ford.
What a great run.
It's a 43-yard run by Quintevin Cherry. First National Bank, first down.
Caldwell with the touchdown saving tackle.
was Jackson Caldwell, the man that made the tackle. Big gain for Cherry. 1st and 10, Broken Arrow. Inside the 20. It's first and 10 from the 18 as there's a delay. It looks like the chains got tangled up.
So much for working on our throwing game, huh?
Tough.
That was one of my keys. Work on your throwing game. Do some things. Boy, it's kind of hard to work on your throwing game when you're running the ball like this.
Looks like we've got everything sorted out. First National Bank, first down for Cherry. 1st and 10, Tigers at the Norman 18-yard line. 5:54 to go, opening half. 28 Donut, Broken Arrow comfortably in front. Cherry out of the gun. Hands off to Cortez. Cortez rumbling, still on his feet across the 10. 9-yard gain there to the 9. Be 2nd and 1.
Noah Cortez rumbles down inside the 10-yard line.
I thought it was going to be one of those plays where he carries everybody in the end zone.
Maybe that's coming next.
Exactly.
2nd and 2. Officially it's spotted at the 10, but that can't be right because it's inside the 10. We'll call it the 9. Clock running, 5:24 to go. First half, 28-0. Cherry under center. Hands off to Cortez again. Great lead block, and Cortez is in for the 5th time tonight. Thor Wilbanks made a great touchdown block, and Cortez found the end zone for the 5th time.
Is that not incredible? Here we are lined up to run the power. Look at the blocking that we have. Just the blocking is just incredible.
Skylar Seagraves on for the extra point again with 5:07 to go. Snap spot, left-footed extra point is through. Broken Arrow 35, Norman nothing. Add another plank to the woodshed. Back with more Tiger football after this.
Broken Arrow 35.
Welcome back to Norman. Pooch kick away from Tyler Crawford. This one will be fair caught at the 21-yard line. Broken Arrow leading Norman 35-0 with 5 minutes to go in the opening half. It was a 4-play, 59-yard drive, capped off by a 9-yard Noah Cortez touchdown run, just a minute 33.
We can't really talk about yards after contact because there is no contact. He's just walking. Our line is blocking so well that I believe we could run through that, Charlie.
1st and 10 from the 21. 5:07 to go. Horton, the quarterback for Norman, keeps it himself. He's across the 22. Dives down for safety at about the 24. Short gain on first down.
The keeper picks up about 3 yards.
Yeah, trying to run the counter with the quarterback counter. When you read those pulls there, Campbell Yeager's reading those pulls so quick, he's over there waiting on them.
2nd and 7. Horton back to pass under pressure. Colton Collier just slipped past him. Horton running for his life to the right outside the numbers. He fires a pass that's deep and incomplete. No flags. Well, there's a flag back closer to the line. There's not a flag on the coverage. We might have holding on the Tiger offensive line. That's the Norman Tigers. We'll see.
Penalty marker down on the play.
Or potentially a man downfield.
Sure, that that
You know,
was
anytime
across
you
the
have a
line of
bust.
scrimmage, a few about 4 yards past the down marker there.
Oh, are they saying the quarterback passed it?
I don't know. I mean, that's the flag is where you would see it thrown for ineligible downfield.
Right, because it's back here, yes.
They're talking about it for an awfully long time, though. Here's Darren Foster.
Ineligible.
Mm-hmm.
It's the offense. Penalties declined. Third down.
So Coach Alexander says 3rd and 7 will do just fine for us. Penalty declined. 4:33 to go, second quarter. It's Broken Arrow 35, Norman nothing. Cade Horton tonight, 5 of 9 passing, 18 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Horton out of the gun on 3rd down. Firing, caught by Andrew Young, hit by Gavin Potter immediately, and then brought down by Miles Slusher to finish things off. Short of the line to gain. It'll be 4th and about 3.
Young up close to the 30-yard line.
There's a pickup of 5. We'll call it 4th and 2 between friends.
There again, your three and out.
Punt team on the field again. Jonah Payton pacing just inside his 15. Isaiah Keller back to return for BA. Standing with his toes on the 45. 3:54 to go, first half. Broken Arrow 35. Norman nothing. Payton gets the punt away. It's high and short. Everybody gets away from it. It bounces about the Broken Arrow 45. Gets a little bit of a rollout, and it'll go out of bounds at the Broken Arrow 36. That's where the Tigers will take over with 3:42 to go in the first half.
Oh, I'm telling you, they're having some issues with their snap on their punt, their long snapping. So we're going to get one of those here in a minute. So as much as he's punting the football.
Broken Arrow has had 5 touchdown drives, all of them a minute 35 or shorter.
Correct. The hidden yardage that we got just on field position is incredible.
Robards takes the snap on 1st down, sets up, has time, firing downfield for Keller. Keller has it, and Keller has room. 20, 10, house, touchdown, Broken Arrow. Tate Robards to Isaiah Keller, a 64-yard dagger.
We've been waiting on something like that all year, and that was perfect. Ball was thrown in stride. He made a great play.
Ball came close to slipping out of his hands right at the goal line. Touchdown stands. I think it would stand even if they had the instant replay, but it was interesting.
Yes. Man.
64 yards. That's the longest pass of the season for Broken Arrow. Low snap, good hold by Matt Kaiser. Seagraves up with the extra point and good with 3:31 to go in the second quarter. Broken Arrow now leads Norman 42-0. We were talking about short touchdown drives. That one play, 64 yards, 11 seconds.
Well, that's what Coach Wilkinson does too. Is he just when you least expect it? That's what he's so good. And you know, when you expect something, he's going to show you opposite. He's a great thinker of the game. And that's what we've been waiting on all year. We've been really waiting it. You know, I've been thinking the double move, but it seems like every time we've underthrown the ball or we've done something. But that was right on stride. It was a perfectly thrown football and a great catch and run.
Tyler Crawford ready to kick things off for Broken Arrow as the Tigers lead comfortably 42-0. Tate Robards tonight, 5 of 6 passing, 141 yards in that touchdown. Quintevin Cherry 1 for 1 for 6 yards. Crawford's left-footed kick, same as the last one. Directional and into the wind to the near side of the field. The Norman side, fair caught at about the 25. Yeah, if that would have bounced out of bounds, they'd have it at the 35 or the 40.
35.
Instead, they fair caught it at the 25.
Right there on the on the sideline. Now, Norman has not even been in the red zone yet. They haven't even crossed the 50-yard line.
They got across once, about to the 46 or so.
Okay.
But barely. Let's see how they do from 1st and 10 at the 25. Give to Joe Willie. He's got a nice gain on first down, about 7 before he's brought down by Marcus Selly. 2nd and 3.
That was a good little run.
Second down, delayed quarterback keeper, and this one's going to be bottled up, but I think they've got the first down. They'll stop the clock, move the chains.
Yeah.
Cade Horton had a nice little run there. Pickup of 3, and it'll be first down Norman.
Running that stretch power with the quarterback, and you know that's really an effective play. But you know they're only effective when the quarterback runs the football.
1st and 10 from the 35. Horton out of the gun, under pressure, fires, looking for Andrew Young. He had to come back for it, and they're going to give him the catch. Gain of about 10, maybe 10 and an inch. First down, Norman.
Oh, 2 first downs here.
That was a good catch by Andrew Young to come back from that football because it was kind of underthrown and he had to really stop it and stretch for it. 2:40 to go. Handoff up the middle. This will pick up a few. About half the team on the tackle there. Kaiser Newell and D'Amico Rowland on the bottom of the pile.
Handoff goes up the middle to Joe Willie.
They're actually having a pretty good little drive here. They're doing things different.
2:15 to go. First quarter. Check that, first half. We've been having so much fun, it feels like we're in the first quarter. Cade Horton rolling to his right, under pressure, hit by Zeno Marcaselli, gets a wobbler away, and almost intercepted by Bryce Machota. Tricky Stokes had great coverage, too. It was off Machota's hands and incomplete.
Well, Bryce did a great job. I mean, he went there. He went up after at the highest point, did a great job. He may not have caught it, but I tell you what, that was a great job when the ball is in the air like that to find it. Sometimes you lose the ball in flight.
Machota having a great season after moving over from corner to safety. 3rd and long, Horton firing again. Bounce pass, shades of John Stockton, incomplete, and it'll be 4th and long.
I don't think anybody would have caught that one. I coached a quarterback one time, and he was a baseball guy, and he threw it so hard, he said no one was open.
Norman's going for it, 4th and long from the Norman 48. No, it's a quick kick. Horton quick kicks it, and this one's going to find the end zone. Interesting. But hey, when it's 42 donut, try whatever you want.
Yeah, but not kicking it through the end zone.
1:49 to go, first half. Broken Arrow 42, Norman nothing. Stay tuned at halftime. Athletic Director Ken Ellett, the former athletic director, now the executive director of student programs. The guy runs about everything around BA. He'll have the halftime show with some dignitary of sort. We're kind of cramped here in the booth, so I have no idea who's coming. Sometimes we see him, and Ken's probably in the hallway waiting on us right now. Here's Tate Robards, gives to Noah Cortez. Great block. Cortez still free. 30, 40. Runs past a man, jukes another one inside the 50, inside the 45. What a run by Noah Cortez.
Noah Cortez, he takes the ball across midfield. Finally pushed out of bounds by Tyron Robb. First down.
Well, I don't need to tell you what the play was or anything. It's just the old power play and running it forever.
38-yard gain, First National Bank first down. The best part of that replay was it was a long run, but he still had receivers out in front of him leading the way.
Yeah.
1:37 to go, first half. Robards out of the gun, firing, complete.
Nice catch.
What a catch by Trayvon Client.
Wow. That was a one-hander, wasn't it? That was a great catch.
Here comes the replay. Client kind of had to adjust to that one in the air, wait for it. He hauled it in, bobbled it, and corralled it. First National Bank, first down. Robards back to pass again. He'll dump it to Cortez out of the backfield. 20, 15. Stiff arms a man, and he's forced out of bounds right at the 15.
And we got 1 minute and 13 seconds left.
Picks up a few yards before Sam Wishaw pushed him out of bounds.
Second and 5 coming from the 15. Broken Arrow shifts the strength pre-snap. Hand off to Cortez. He delays, follows the blockers, on his feet, has the first down. He'll be forced out of bounds.
The clock didn't even move.
Close to about the 5. First National Bank, first down for Noah Cortez. They'll mark it at the 8.
That whole play ran 2 seconds. They forgot to start the clock. Oh, they're running it now.
Within the margin of error.
Yeah, that's
first and goal, Tigers. Robards takes the snap, gives to Cortez. Holy smokes. Cortez strolls in easily for his 6th touchdown of the game. That is a Broken Arrow single game record.
We've been in the red zone 7 times, 7 straight times. And we've scored 6 of them.
An
That's unbelievable.
8-yard touchdown by Noah Cortez. His 5th of the first half. 6th of the first half. Snap spot, extra point by Seagraves is good. With 55 seconds to go in the first half, Broken Arrow 49, Norman nothing. What a half for this offensive line and for Noah Cortez.
Unbelievable.
He's now up to 200 yards as well, 15 carries, 200 yards, and 6 touchdowns.
It's just the fact that he's untouched. I mean, our offensive line is just incredible tonight. Incredible.
His previous game high of the year was 19 carries for 176 yards and 3 scores against Owasso. Tonight, 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah.
3,199 yards in his career as a Broken Arrow Tiger. That's 3rd all time. And he continues to gain on Jamal Shaw's record of 3,894. Tyler Crawford and the kickoff team about ready to boot this off. Guy's going to have to ice his leg tomorrow, kicking off so many times.
I know.
Gunnar Luna, Andrew Young back deep for Norman. Probably won't get to him, though, if the Tigers follow the pattern of the directional kick. They'll try the other side. It's that high onside. Fair catch, bobbled. Norman has it, though, at about the 33.
Kickoff recovered by Joe Payton. Norman will start first and 10.
53 seconds to go, first half. Norman will give it a try, starting from its own 33.
Well, I think it's time that they need to just kneel it and run the clock out and then go into halftime and see if they can figure out how to get a first down.
Cade Horton leads the Tigers out on the field. 2-back formation this time. The handoff to Xavier Smith, and he is hit and swallowed up immediately. Gavin Potter, the first man there. Loss of 1.
God, Potter's playing really well.
Brings up second down for the Tigers.
30 seconds to go, first half. Horton. Try the hard count there. Now he looks back to the sideline. Plenty of time on the play clock. Gets at 15. Game clock now down to 20. Horton takes the snap. Handoff up the middle to Hekimovich. Not much there. Gain of about 3. And that's probably going to be the last play of the first half.
Smith, he picks up a couple yards up the middle.
First half comes to an end with Broken Arrow leading Norman 49-0. What a start.
Charlie.
Terry Sprider is trying to get Coach Alexander hooked up down there. And we'll check in with Coach in just a minute as his Broken Arrow Tigers lead 39-zip. Coach is making his way across the field. Noah Cortez, 6 touchdown runs. Isaiah Keller, a touchdown catch. 7 scores for Broken Arrow in this opening half. Coach Alexander's throwing the headphones on right now. Coach, what'd you see in that first half?
I saw Noah Cortez running for lots and lots of yards.
Tell me about the blocking from your offensive line, because while Cortez has that vision, those holes have been just massive.
Yeah, Noah's had 6 touchdowns. We ran this one. We call it shark, right? Power behind Andrew Rain. We ran it 8 times, and
Coach, having a little trouble hearing your microphone there. Get in there. I know you guys have guys to talk to and things to do. We'll catch up with you after the game. It's Coach Alexander there. We had a little trouble with his microphone, but hey, that's about the only thing that's gone wrong in this first half for Broken Arrow. A convincing 49-zip in the first 2 quarters. We'll step aside. Halftime show coming up after this. You're listening to Broken Arrow Football.
Well, this last week, during our bye week, this will be our 4th year in a row to go visit, take all our varsity football players and go visit the BAYFA youth football practices. It's something we started when we had these bye weeks, and this is actually so much more fun for our kids, I think, than it is for the youth kids.
It meant a lot just because they look up to older people to see what they're doing, and like they see that you're doing good and you're playing good on the field, and then they see you at their practices. It's gonna make them want to work hard so they can be on this field on Friday nights.
Almost every one of our kids played youth football here for Broken Arrow, and so they remember what it was like to look up to those high school football players, see them playing on Friday nights, and know them, but really only know them by number. So we put their jerseys on them, so they see Noah, number 4, and they know it's Noah, and they can start putting a face with it, right? And Big 51, Big D'Amico, and the kids can see him out there playing catch and having a good time.
Just hearing it from a player is just different to a little kid. It's just like me seeing like an NFL player on a Sunday night. It'd just be more to me because they're on that next level.
It's something that our kids and our coaches look forward to every single year.
Broken Arrow senior linebacker Gavin Potter has had plenty of success this season after being moved to outside linebacker from quarterback last season. He has been a standout performer on the defense this year, recording a total of 34 tackles over the first 4 games, including 9 tackles for loss.
I got into football because my dad played football whenever he was in high school, and then he went on to play in college, like teaching me all these sports, and I saw him doing that, so that's what I wanted to play. Transitioning from quarterback to linebacker was kind of hard, like going from being not very physical to like avoiding hits to just going and pretty much hitting every play is a lot different. I think I'm having more fun at linebacker than I have ever had at quarterback. I think I'm having a lot of good success at this position because I'm getting put in good situations. My defensive line is very good, so when you have a good defensive line, they have to double team and then nobody blocks me, So it makes it a lot easier on me when I have nobody blocking me because my defensive line's so good. Some of my skills that have like transitioned from quarterback to linebacker is really like the mindset that you have to have at quarterback, that you do bad one play, the next play you gotta act like it's a whole new play. Everything's new. I feel like it's all mental. So like when somebody tries to get in my head, nobody's really getting in my head, but if anything, I'm getting in theirs. I feel like the whole defense, like all having like the same mindset, knowing that we just need to do our job, helps us as a team to win a state championship. We just got to keep doing what we're doing. Just because we beat Union didn't mean nothing. We're still gonna have to keep going, come out the next day of practice like every day like we're getting ready for a state championship. Because I'm ready for a state championship and I know all the rest of them are, and I'm gonna keep getting them like ready for that championship.
So I got into cheer around 8th grade because I could tumble up to a back tuck. So I was like, okay, well, may as well do something with it. I wasn't ready for gymnastics, and I heard you get a good scholarship doing cheerleading, so I decided that's what I would do.
I got into cheer about 13 years ago. I went to one of my friend's sister's competitions, and I was like, well, this is exactly what I want to do.
The way I got into cheerleading was around my sophomore year when I wasn't doing anything in the line of athletics, and one of my friend's moms, she mentioned to me, she was like, well, why don't you try it? My sister had done cheer for so long, and I was like, well, I might as well give it a shot because I don't really have anything to lose if I do, and that's kind of how I got started.
To any guys trying out, I would say you should at least have one of two qualities. You should have strength, or you should have some kind of tumbling ability, just so you have a basis of what you're doing.
What I like most about cheerleading is not only all the people I get to meet, but you also take in mind just the hardworking, and you get to see a different side of people that a lot of the other people outside of cheer don't get to see.
I would say my favorite thing about being a male cheerleader is the recognition, because there's not many, so if you're a male cheerleader, people know.
For people that think this is not a sport, I would say this is more than just a sport. It's commitment. It's like a life, actually, and it takes a lot to just do it. You can't just be in it, just in it. You really have to okay, this is exactly what I'm doing.
What makes cheering worth it to me would probably be after all the work is done, the reward that you receive at the end. And it's not only just winning, but it's a skill set that you have that and a work ethic that you create that follows you not only through cheer but through the rest of your life.
In the end, what makes cheer worth it is probably the goals you accomplish throughout the season, whether it be getting new skills or winning titles or just making new friends.
I'm knocking them out. Oh yeah, that's my hobby. I said I'm out for revenge. Can't nobody stop me. Don't get in my way. Y'all better get off me. I said I do it. I'm knocking them out. Oh yeah, that's my hobby. I said I'm out for revenge. Can't nobody stop me. Don't get in my way. Y'all better get off me. I said I do it. I said I do it.
To recognize Victor Martinez as the Walmart Driver of the Day on this 11th day of September 2018. We join as one community, one city, and one heart to celebrate this special event with Victor's family and friends and our community partners.
The 1982 Pride of Broken Arrow Marching Band had a spectacular and rewarding year. Led by senior drum major Paul Girder and junior drum major Mindy Denton, the Pride and its members practiced relentlessly with the utmost determination and won the sweepstakes of the Midwest Championship in the Colorado Marching Band competition, which was truly a great honor and led many to declare the Pride the grandest band in the land. This great moment in Tiger history is brought to you by First National Bank of Broken Arrow, a loyal fan of our community for over 100 years. First National Bank of Broken Arrow, the right balance. 1982 was a year of overcoming adversity for the Tigers. After starting the year with a victory over Sand Springs, the rest of the season produced a series of disappointing losses to Memorial, Jenks, McLean, and Muskogee. But there's no quit in the Tigers, as team leaders Bill Zachary, Ronnie Hill, and David Alexander helped the team rise to the occasion and beat East Central to go 5-5 for the year. This great moment in Tiger history is brought to you by First National Bank of Broken Arrow, a loyal fan of our community for over 100 years. First National Bank of Broken Arrow, the right balance.
Happiness is getting what you want. But first, let me explain how I got here. When I needed a vehicle, I went online and saw tons of ads. Click here, buy here, come here. So overwhelming. I want the best price and selection with the least hassle. So it's simple. I clicked on MatthewsFordVA.com, made an appointment to take a test drive, and was greeted with a warm handshake and the fantastic price that matched what I saw online. Click, shop, drive at MatthewsFordVA.com, only in Broken Arrow.
My dad's always saying a little extra effort now will really pay off later. Here's how you can put in just a little extra effort and help out our schools in a big way. Just switch your checking account to TTCU. It's easy. You get $150 just for switching. And every time you use your school pride card, TTCU donates to our schools. So far, over $1 million. They're the only ones doing that. So make the switch to TTCU and be the person who's making a difference for our schools.
To get great care for your everyday life, you need more than an everyday doctor. You need one that listens. And that's just what Ascension doctors at St. John do. Listening to you helps us see your whole picture. And with care teams who take the time to understand you, getting the care you need when and where you need it has never been easier. Find care that is right for you at getstjohncare.com.
My name is Abigail Bailey. I was at my yearly checkup when I was 12, and we went and got x-rays, and she diagnosed me with scoliosis and that we needed surgery as soon as possible.
Tulsa Bone and Joint was very compassionate. They took their time with us. They answered questions. He was very encouraging.
Dr. Clark helped me see that there is life after spinal fusion. Just because your spine is fused doesn't mean that you can't do what you love to do.
In Oklahoma City, and we're proud to sponsor the Norman High Tigers. So on behalf of Reynolds Ford, be safe, don't text and drive.
That sound you hear is us rifling through the record books because we have some history here at Norman. Welcome back to Tiger football. Broken Arrow leads Norman 49-0. Noah Cortez, what a first half. 14 carries for 200 yards and 6 touchdowns. The 6 touchdowns are the most any Broken Arrow player has ever rushed for in a single game in school history. He did it in a half.
I know, and just the total yards. I mean, this has just been an impressive game right now with us, especially, well, both offense and defense, because, you know, we have 422 yards of offense to their 75, and that we're just a half a game here. defense has proven that they're just solid and just extremely well coached. And you look at our offense, you can see Coach Wilkinson doing a lot of different things out there and really creating havoc, and running that inside power is unbelievable. The offensive line is just playing so well, just quite impressive.
Cortez now 695 yards shy of Jamal Shaw for the Broken Arrow career record. For his career, 3,199 yards and now 35 touchdowns.
I have this feeling he's going to break that thing and really hit a really difficult mark to, for others to break.
Sure. Team stats look like this through 2 quarters. Broken Arrow with 422 yards, 248 on the ground, 174 through the air. Norman, 75 yards, 42 on the ground, 33 through the air. Yards per play for Broken Arrow, 14.6. Not bad.
Wow. God, that's unbelievable.
Third downs, Broken Arrow 1 of 2, Norman 1 of 7. The Norman Tigers have run 33 plays to BA's 29, so they have that going for them, which is nice. Broken Arrow 5 of 5 in the red zone. Norman yet to reach the red zone. The Norman Tigers have 2 turnovers. Broken Arrow has none. Both teams have a sack. It's been all Broken Arrow, no matter how you slice it. Passing for the Tigers, Tate Robards in the first half, 7 of 8, 168 yards and a touchdown. That was the long touchdown to Isaiah Keller. Quintevin Cherry has 1 completion for 6 yards. Cade Horton for Norman, 7 of 13, 33 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Joe Willie, the leading rusher for Norman, 23 yards on 7 carries. Other totals for Broken Arrow, Quintevin Cherry, 3 carries in the first half for 44 yards. Tolbert has a carry for 12 yards. Isaiah Keller has a yard on that jet sweep. Matt Kaiser's the leading receiver in the ball game, 4 catches, 73 yards, including a long of 45. Isaiah Keller, 1 catch, 64 yards. That was a touchdown. Trayvon Client, 2 catches for 32 yards, and Cortez has 1 out of the backfield for 5 yards. The teams are back on the field warming up. We'll step aside. Last break before we start the third quarter. This is Broken Arrow football.
The 1982 Pride of Broken Arrow Marching Band had a spectacular and rewarding year. Led by senior drum major Paul Gerder and junior drum major Mindy Denton, the Pride and its members practiced relentlessly with the utmost determination and won the sweepstakes of the Midwest Championship in the Colorado Marching Band competition, which was truly a great honor and led many to declare the Pride the grandest band in the land. This great moment in Tiger history is brought to you by First National Bank of Broken Arrow, a loyal fan of our community for over 100 years. First National Bank of Broken Arrow, the right balance.
Welcome back to Woodshed South, Harv Collins Field, as the Broken Arrow Tigers, the number 1 team in the state of Oklahoma, lead Norman 49-0. Almost ready for quarter number 3. Broken Arrow will start with the football after kicking off to start the game. Fab, how much longer do you leave the ones in here?
1 series usually. When the game is out of hand like this, you want to give the offense just 1 more series, let them go, and let your defense have 1 more series, and then let's play a lot. A lot of things that they were talking about at halftime, I'm sure, is going to be your special teams. A lot of times you don't want your starters on the special teams either, so you put your second unit in on your special teams, so they have to be sound. And so there's a lot of things that were going on at halftime other than just coaching,
sure,
getting the game plan, fixing things that weren't running right. So a lot of things is getting your younger kids ready to play.
Broken Arrow only brought the travel squad for this game, so about 65 made the trip down here to Norman. that'll impact some of the substitutions as we get farther into this ball game. But we do have a number of new faces to tell you about. We'll be watching those throughout the second half. Isaiah Keller and Tricky Stokes back deep to return for BA. This is the first time we've seen Grady Wade, the Norman kicker.
Stokes and Isaiah Keller back to receive for Broken Arrow.
He'll be kicking from north to south. The wind has, well, not really died down a whole lot. We thought it was, but Old Glory still waving in the south end zone. Here's the kick from Grady Wade. It's a pooch. Fielded by, I believe that's Potter at the 30. They wrap him up. He stops his progress. It was Potter on the return. He's brought down right at the 30, and that's where Broken Arrow will start. Quarter number 3.
You know, he's a tough kid, but, you know, sometimes when you get the kickoff and you catch it, you know, just don't take a big hit because, you know, it's our ball, you know, and protect yourself a little bit. But he's so tough, he just wants to keep going, and a lot of times that creates turnovers too.
Broken Arrow goes cherry bomb to start the third quarter. With Tevin Cherry, the quarterback, Keewan Tolbert, the setback. First play of the half is a give to Keewan Tolbert. Flag on the play. We've got about a gain of 5, but it's probably coming back.
Yeah, it's good to see Tolbert in there. He's a good little running back. He sees things pretty well, too. Has good vision out there. Well, that was a quick that flag was thrown really quick. That was a quick hold somewhere.
They'll back it up 10. As the Tigers get dinged for holding, it's their 5th penalty of the game for 55 yards.
Good holding. Get the offense. It's a 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
They only marked it off for 9. We'll take it. You said 10. Marked off 9. Either way. 1st and 19 now from the 22. Cherry out of the gun. Hands off to Tolbert. Look at the speed. Tolbert is free. 50, 40, 30, 20. He's going to go. Keewan Tolbert to the house. Touchdown. Broken Arrow.
Oh, my God. That's the inside power there again. And, my gosh, he was untouched the whole way.
78 yards to the house for Keewan Tolbert. Yikes.
I know. You know, we've had 9 possessions in this game, and we've scored on 8 of them.
Seagraves on for the extra point. Matt Kaiser to hold. The snap is good. The hold is down, and the kick is right down the middle. 11:32 to go in the third. Broken Arrow leads Norman 56-0.
I don't know what's going to happen. You know, having a travel squad limits what you can do. But, oh, my gosh.
Might have to start moving passing uniforms out to Jungle Squad kids in the front row.
I think we're just going to have to line up and run quarterback sneaks.
Broken Arrow now at 501 yards of total offense. The school record is 720 yards. That was in 2011 down against Odessa Permian.
Yeah, that was an impressive night. And that was against a good football team, too.
Tyler Crawford ready to kick it off for Broken Arrow. Andrew Young and Gunnar Luna back to return for Norman. Crawford ready for the left-footed boot. It's a good one. Into the end zone for a touchback. Norman will start at its own 20, down by 56. If you're on the defensive side like you have been for so many years, are you preaching shutout here, or do you just preach responsibility and make your plays?
No, you'd like shutouts obviously, but that's not the important thing. I don't think. I think the thing is when you put your other bodies in the game, I know we're going to have our stars in here for at least another series, but then when you put your other ones in here, make them compete, coach them, and work hard with them.
Joe Willie, the tailback, with Cade Horton. Norman out of the gun. Low snap. Horton picks it up. Now scrambling to his left. Under pressure. He's got some yards across the 25. First down across the 30 before he's brought down by Zeno Marcaselli and Tricky Stokes. Gain of 14 for Cade Horton. He was running for his life, but it worked.
Yeah, that was a broken play. They're running a lot of smoke and mirrors right now, and then, trying to hit the pass, but we just had great coverage on them because we're locked down man on them, and it's hard for them to get open.
1st and 10 from 34 now. Give up the middle to Joe Willie. Kaiser Newell is in there. So is Roland. Not much.
No, I just think they're going to have to be more creative. I keep saying that, but what they're doing is just it's what we do best.
2nd and 7. Horton, play fake, fires, bobbled, and incomplete. Intended for Tyler Crump. Went off his hands and hit the turf. 3rd and long coming.
Potter about picked that for a touchdown. If he didn't throw it so hard, Potter would have caught it.
3rd and 7. Trips right for Norman. Tigers showing blitz. Now Horton thinks about it, comes back to the line. Tigers back off. 10:36 to go, 3rd quarter. Broken Arrow 56, Norman nothing. Horton back to pass. Tigers do bring the heat. Horton tries to step up, and he is swallowed up. D'Amico Rowland gets him for the sack.
Yeah, that was good. Blitzing there. I'm not so sure I'd blitz. My philosophy as a defensive coordinator was, especially in the second half or when you're ahead, is don't blitz, but let's work on base coverages and base alignments and get better at it and get it on film.
Jonah Payton now to punt again. He takes the snap at his 20. Line drive knuckler will bounce at the 43. No return. It'll roll out a few more yards and be down inside the 40. Broken Arrow will start at its own 37, leading 56-0.
Well, like we said, we've had 9 possessions and scored on 8 of them, so that's quite impressive.
School record for most points in a game for Broken Arrow is 70. Tigers hung 70 on Muskogee a few years ago.
Yeah. And we tried so hard. I was at home.
Wholesale changes for Broken Arrow. Jake Rain, as the Tigers have subbed out almost everybody. Keon Barnett on the carry for Broken Arrow. He's under center. Hands it off to Keon Barnett. He picks up about 2.
Yeah, we got some new bodies in there right now, so this is going to be good. Now, here's where as a coach you got to coach these kids up. Coach them up, make them compete. Don't worry about whether they score, whether Norman scores or whatever. You don't worry about those things. You worry about getting your team, these younger kids, better.
Jake Rains under center for Broken Arrow on 2nd and 8. Toss play. That's Barnett. He's going to be swallowed up in the backfield and thrown down by Charles Prince.
And so, we missed an assignment there, and these are the things that we got to coach up now with these kids because we're going to miss some assignments. You think about your backup players; they don't play very much, they don't practice much. Just think about how much they play is how much practice time they get.
Loss of 6 on the play brings up 3rd and 14 from the 34-yard line. Jake Rains, the Broken Arrow quarterback. He takes the shotgun snap, fires to Cole White. That's caught on the far side. White picks up a couple, but he's brought down by Cedric Seals, and Broken Arrow will be forced to punt. But hey, they got behind the chains, but Credit Jake Raines for stepping up and making a completion there.
Well, I like what we're doing. I mean, I like playing these kids and making them compete because they're competing versus a varsity team.
Yeah, Norman still has the ones out on defense. Here's
Correct.
the deep snap to Tyler Crawford. Left-footed punt is a boomer. And it's hauled in at the 22-yard line. Nice punt by Crawford with the win.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought they were going to rough him there in a minute.
That was close.
Yeah.
Glad you're with us for Broken Arrow football on Arrow Vision and 97.1 FM, the Sports Animal. I'm Charlie Hanneman alongside Steve Spavital. Thanks for spending part of your Friday night with us as we brought our show on the road to Harv Collins Field in Norman. Broken Arrow football is brought to you in part by our One Club sponsors, TTCU Federal Credit Union, First National Bank of Broken Arrow, St. John Broken Arrow, Tulsa Bone and Joint, the Arrow Group, and Matthews Ford. Thank you all for your support of Broken Arrow football and Broken Arrow Public Schools. Cade Horton, the starting quarterback, still in for Norman. He hands this one off to Joe Willie. Parker Darnell makes the stop for Broken Arrow as the Tigers have most of the twos in on defense as well. Second and 5 coming. Horton out of the gun, fires. That's complete to Andrew Young, and Norman has a first down, gain of about 7. New this season, Broken Arrow Public Schools is proud to partner with Quick Trip and the Folds of Honor Foundation to salute our hometown heroes. We recognize a military service member and their family for their bravery, heroism, and sacrifice at each Tiger home game. They're awarded a $100 Quick Trip gift card as well as a challenge coin in commemorative football. Join us for our next home game 1 week from tonight, October 5th, on homecoming against Westmore as we salute another Quick Trip hometown hero. Cade Horton kept it on that play. Not a whole lot there, maybe 4.
Stokes made a good play.
Flag before the snap. Looks like a Tiger defender jumped offside.
Yeah, they had the old freeze count.
I think that was Kane Hadaway. Make sure you join us Tuesday at 6:30 for Inside Tiger Football presented by Rib Crib. Coach Alexander and I will take a look back at tonight's game and look ahead to homecoming against the Westmore Jaguars. Listen live to Inside Tiger Football presented by Rib Crib Tuesday at 6:30 on 97.1 FM, or listen or watch the video version on demand on Arrow Vision. Norman handed that one off to Joe Willie and picked up a first down. It's 1st and 10, Norman at its own 46. 6:30 to go, third quarter. Broken Arrow 56, Norman nothing. Norman looks back to the sideline. Starting offense still in for Norman, trailing by 8 scores. Cade Horton hands off to Joe Willie around the left end. Nice blocking by Norman. And Willie picks up about 7 or 8 before he's brought down by Ty Roselle.
Yeah, we got a new D line in, and I think we're trading some folks in now because we have all of our linebackers in secondary in the game.
Gain of 7 on first down for Norman. It's 2nd and 3 from the 46. Hand off to Joe Willie. Not much on this one, maybe a yard before he's driven back. Campbell Yeager was in on that tackle, as was Isaac Daring.
Yeah, that was a great play by Campbell. He did a good job stepping up in there.
Homecoming is coming up a week from tonight. Broken Arrow and Westmore, October 5th. We'll see you at Tiger Field. Handoff to Trey Hekimovich on third down. I believe Norman has enough for the first down. They're going to move the chains here as this drive continues for Norman against the reserve Broken Arrow defense. Homecoming next week against Westmore, then 3 straight roadies. We're going to make sure we've got the Pike Pass filled up at Edmond Santa Fe, at Yukon, and at Edmond Memorial. Friday the 12th, Thursday the 18th, Thursday the 25th. We'll have all those for you on the Tiger Network, Arrow Vision, and 97.1 FM, the Sports Animal. 1st and 10 from the Broken Arrow, 44. Hand off to Joe Willie. He fights his way forward for a few more. Call it about 2.
I tell you, those linebackers, Marcaselli, Potter, and Yeager, are just unbelievable. They're just tremendous the way they play. They play hard, play downhill.
Cade Horton back to pass, sets up, firing deep downfield. That one is overthrown by a county mile, incomplete. They were looking for Jonah Payton. He could have caught it if he was Usain Bolt.
I know. Well, I don't know about that either. Thing was thrown quite a distance overthrown.
3rd and 8 from the 42. Motion from right to left. Horton, screen pass, dumps it off to Joe Willie, and he is going to be bottled up by half the Tiger defense. Zeno Marcaselli was the first one in there. Great team tackle by Broken Arrow.
Oh, yeah. Look, we have all of our bodies around there. There's like 10 players over there on the tackle.
Shout out to Broken Arrow Tiger faithful Vern listening on the Animal, driving around Tulsa tonight. Glad you're with us as we've brought the woodshed down to Norman, where it's 4th and 8 from the 42. And now, before the snap, Broken Arrow will take a timeout.
Broken Arrow. The first and a half.
1982 was a year of overcoming adversity for the Tigers. After starting the year with a victory over Sand Springs, the rest of the season produced a series of disappointing losses to Memorial, Jenks, McLean, and Muskogee.
Find out more at osoi.com.
Back here in Norman, 56-0 our score. Number 1 Broken Arrow comfortably in front of Norman.
Replay for tonight's game has been brought to you by the doctors of the
Union is putting it on Mustang 41-0 tonight. Edmond North struggling at Owasso. The Rams leading 24-0. Jenks all over Enid 42-6. Westmore beat Edmond Memorial 37-6. That game was last night. Back here at Harv Collins Field, 4th and 8 for Norman from the Broken Arrow 42. Cade Horton out of the gun. Firing, overthrown, incomplete. Late flag. Maybe not. I thought I saw a flag. I guess I didn't. First down, Broken Arrow. My bad.
That was just great defense. You know, we talked about that. They need to be able to throw vertical, but they need to be throwing vertical when you don't expect it. Because we just lined up back there for them we covered it for vertical.
To see the winner receive their MVP game ball trophy.
1st and 10 BA from its own 42. That's a handoff to Julian Mosley.
Jalen Moss, the ball carrier, he is brought down.
Loss of 1.5.
For a loss, brings up 2nd down.
We'll mark it at the 41. Not sure if you caught it through our crowd microphone, but the public address announcer here just instructed the Norman fans to stay tuned as they name a player of the game and award them an MVP trophy. That will be tough to determine tonight.
Yes.
Unless they give it to Noah Cortez. 2nd and 12 from the 41. Jake Raines out of the gun, hands off to Julian Mosley. Mosley across the 42 to about the 43.
Jalen Moss once again the ball carrier.
Good. Just keep her going now. This is where these kids are going to get better because we're running our playbook here. Our offense.
Brings up 3rd and 10
You know, we're running multiple formations. We're doing our shifts, our movements with these younger kids.
3rd and long, 2:42 to go. 3rd quarter, Broken Arrow 56, Norman nothing. Jake Raines out of the gun, sets up, firing, far side. That's caught. Gain of a few.
Good job.
Raines' pass is complete.
Very nice, very nice.
Take a look at the replay. It was 21 who made the catch. I think. Yep. I don't have a 21. Spav, you have a 21 anywhere?
Let me see.
Caleb Scott's 21, but he's a linebacker. Maybe it was him. Tyler Crawford's punt is away. Fielded just inside the 15. Norman will have a little bit of a return here. Now cutting back, gain of a few. Eight yards forward, 15 yards back and forth. Norman will start the drive at its own 25.
This is good experience, like we're talking about. This is great experience for our young kids. There we go.
First and 10 from the 46-yard line. Jake Rains. Broken Arrow. So Broken Arrow kept the ball as we were trying to work through a technical issue there. Broken Arrow kept the ball thanks to a running into the kicker foul, roughing the kicker foul, and then Broken Arrow jumped offside, false start. So it's now first and 10, or first and 15 from the BA 49.
Now here it is, 56-0, and you've got to really get after this team, these kids. My dad always told me when you're ahead, you're their worst enemy. When you're behind, you're their best friend. So you got to demand a lot out of these kids right now. You got to make them play, make them tougher.
Keon Barnett on that carry. Second and 11 coming. 4-yard gain after the penalty backed things up a little bit. Minute 20 to go, and there's a whistle. Guess we're back to go. Hand off to Keon Barnett. May go straight ahead. Gain of 1. It'll be third and long.
I tell you, Coach Wilkinson's going to make him get. He's still having Norman guessing what we're doing. He's doing a good job play calling.
Brings up third and 10 for Broken Arrow.
Inside a minute to go, third quarter. Third and 10 from the Norman 46-yard line. Credit this Broken Arrow crowd. They've stuck around.
Oh,
why wouldn't
yeah.
you?
I know. Get to see a lot of kids play.
Jake Rains out of the gun, rolling, running, trying to get the first down. He's still on his feet across the 40. It took a big hit. Woo! Cole Thompson gave him a little how's your father. And 7-yard gain. Rains is going to be short of the line to gain. It'll be 4th and 3, maybe.
Brought down by Cole Thompson.
That was a nice run. You just need to run more north and south.
They mark him down at the 39, so officially it'll be 4th and 3. Offense is staying on the field.
Yeah,
Rains is over there as the third quarter will come to an end. 12 minutes to go. Broken Arrow 56, Norman nothing. More Tiger football after this.
Happiness is getting what you want. But first, let me explain how I got here. When I needed a vehicle, I went online and saw tons of ads. Click here, buy here, come here. So overwhelming. I want the best price and selection with the least hassle. So it's simple. I clicked on MatthewsFordBA.com, made an appointment to take a test drive, and was greeted with a warm handshake and the fantastic price that matched what I saw online. Click, shop, drive at MatthewsFordBA.com. Only in Broken Arrow.
My dad's always saying a little extra effort now will really pay off later. Here's how you can put in just a little extra effort and help out our schools in a big way. Just switch your checking account to TTCU. It's easy. You get $150 just for switching. And every time you use your school Pride card, TTCU donates to our schools. So far, over $1 million. They're the only ones doing that. So make the switch to TTCU and be the person who's making a difference for our schools.
Download Norman Regional's virtual care app for Apple and Android devices today.
12 minutes to go here as Broken Arrow tries to finish off a convincing win over Norman. 4th down, handoff up the middle, not a whole lot there. I believe that was Keon Barnett, and it was. The youngster for Broken Arrow picks up a couple, but he is stopped short of the line to gain, so it'll be a turnover on downs. Norman will take over with 11:55 to go in the game, trailing 56-0.
We had to go for that. I mean, that's
Sure.
just one of those deals. You know, you can't punt it in there. It's just too shallow. You're close to a first down. Let's see what these young kids could do, and we did the right thing.
Fans, don't forget at the end of the season, make sure you vote for the Reynolds Ford MVP of the Year on the Reynolds Ford.
Norman will start at its own 37.
Reynolds Ford of Norman online at reynoldsfordnorman.com.
Cade Horton still out there with the number 1 offense, looking for more. Maybe trying to find the end zone. Horton, low snap, sets up, has time, firing deep down the sideline. Almost hauled it in. Andrew Young
got
had
a flag.
Single coverage. There was a flag at about the 26. There was some hand-to-hand combat. We'll see what the official comes up with.
There's a penalty marker down on the field.
Well, it looks like we've got an entire new group in now.
Pass interference against Broken Arrow, the signal. That was a pretty good thrown ball by
Yes.
Horton, and Andrew Young almost hauled it in despite apparently being interfered with. Got his hands on it and just couldn't haul it in before it fell out of bounds.
Well, it looks like we got an entire new defense out there right now. So this is exactly what you want to do in games like this.
Norman back in Broken Arrow territory to the 48-yard line, 1st and 10. 11:48 to go in the ball game. Broken Arrow 56, Norman nothing. Cade Horton still the shotgun quarterback. Xavier Smith, the setback. That's the ball carrier, Smith, around right end. Picked up and suplexed.
Goes to Xavier Smith. Penalty marker down on the play.
That was Adonis Ballard on the tackle, but there is a flag.
That's good defense right there. This is fun watching these younger players go. There we go.
Got a chop block, the preliminary signal on Norman. So we'll move that bus back a little bit. $11:39 to go in the ball game. Broken Arrow convincingly in front, 56-0. 15-yard penalty there. Moves it all the way back to the 37. If you're just joining us, you missed a lot. Noah Cortez set the Broken Arrow single-game school record with 6 rushing touchdowns. Did it all in the first half. 14 carries for 200 yards and 6 scores. Parker Darnell, good defense there to knock that pass down on 1st and long. It'll be 2nd and 25.
That was great getting your hands up. You know, a lot of kids don't do that. When you're rushing the passer and you can't get there, get those hands up when the ball's being thrown.
Cortez finished his night, 14 carries, 200 yards, 6 touchdowns. Tate Robards, 7 of 8 passing, 168 yards and a touchdown. That was a 64-yard strike to Isaiah Keller. Horton swings out a pass, complete. That's Harvey Cooper making his first catch of the game. As he runs back toward the Norman sideline, Zeno Marcaselli brought him down. It'll be 3rd and a mile and a half.
You can't throw shallow if you can't throw vertical. You can't do shallow if you can't throw deep. And vice versa.
3rd and 20. Horton out of the gun. Fires. Sit-down route to Andrew Young. Nice gain. Ball
Fumbled.
popped free. I think the Tigers might have fallen on it. It was close to the sideline.
Yeah.
Wait for the signal here from the line judge, and he says 4th down. So looks like the recovery was out of bounds. 4th down, Norman. 4th and about 3 or 4 from the Broken Arrow 41.
1-yard line. It'll be a 4th down for Norman.
Well, you know, obviously they're going to go for it. Let's see.
Cade Horton checks the play at the sideline. 10:50 to go in the game. Norman trailing Broken Arrow 56 donut. Shotgun snap, fires off Andrew Young's hands and incomplete. Turnover on downs. Good play call.
Yeah.
Good throw. That was 6 if Young holds on to it. But
I know. He threw it in stride.
Broken Arrow takes over. 1st and 10.
Andrew Young did his best Laquan Treadwell impression. Incomplete. Broken Arrow takes over 1st and 10 at its own 41. Big game in the Big 12 tomorrow. West Virginia Mountaineers taking on the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
Boy,
those of us close to the situation call it the Spav Bowl.
Man, that's going to be a tough one.
Seth Dodd in quarterback for Broken Arrow. We'll talk about the Spav Bowl here in a minute. Handoff on 1st down. That's Jalen Johnson.
Attaboy running that power.
Not a whole lot there.
Just got a little backside on him. A little backside guy caught him.
Maybe half a yard. 2nd and 10. So the coach to my right has 2 boys. Zach, the defensive coordinator for Texas Tech. Jake, the offensive coordinator for West Virginia. They'll hook up tomorrow. Coach Spav will be watching. Mrs. Spav, Tina, will be watching through her fingers, covering her eyes a little bit.
She'll be all
pacing.
over the place. She's going to be all over the place.
But what a game. I know your kids have squared off before, but just what an opportunity.
Well, you know, they're okay. I'm okay with it. Mama, though, is, you know, one of her babies is going to lose.
Pass from Seth Dodd falls incomplete. Be 3rd and 10. 9:58 to go, 3rd quarter. Broken Arrow leading Norman 56-0.
We're doing, I tell you, our younger kids are getting a lot of playing time right now, and this is just really crucial for them.
Seth Dodd under center on 3rd and 10. Hands it off to Jalen Johnson. Tries to find the corner, but he's brought down in the backfield.
Big tackle made in the back.
Loss of 1. It'll be 4th and 11. Tiger fans, don't forget homecoming is next week. The parade will be Tuesday evening, starting in the Rose District and heading south on Main Street, ending up at the Performing Arts Center. For much more on all things homecoming, you can check out baschools.org. Tyler Crawford on to punt for BA. Good snap, left-footed kick is away. End over end, fielded on the run at the 30. Not much of a return there, but somehow Gunnar Luna still on his feet. He was bottled up at the 32, and he ended up shaking free for about a 15-yard return. Give him credit to the 44.
God, I'm surprised he didn't fumble or something. He's just spinning and going all over the place.
When you're heading home after the game, head on into Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers.
Ryan Barwig made that tackle for Broken Arrow. Don't forget, Inside Tiger Football, presented by Rib Crib, every Tuesday at 6:30, right here on 97.1 FM, The Sports Animal. Coach Alexander and I will look back at this one, look ahead to Westmore, and quite frankly, it's his show. We'll talk about whatever's on his mind. Inside Tiger Football, presented by Rib Crib, Tuesday at 6:30. Cade Horton still leading the Norman offense out onto the field. 9:13 to go. Broken Arrow 56, Norman nothing. Play fake, pass complete to Tyler Crump. Crump still on his feet, about 2 yards, not much more.
You know, that was great defense there. Throwing the ball over there and then fighting through blocks.
Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. 8:45 to go. Horton to the line. Looks to his right, now looks back to his left, calls for the snap. Play fake. Tigers bringing heat. Beautiful spiral thrown down the middle to nobody.
Did you see the quarterback go down?
I did not.
Gosh.
He get the business?
No, that we had pressure on him, and he saw it. He chunked it and fell down. It just went down.
He's limping a little bit as he gets ready for 3rd and 8.
He doesn't like to get hit, that's for sure.
Cade Horton at his 41 calls for the shotgun snap. 3rd down, they give it to Xavier Smith. Tough run.
Good
Smith,
defense.
though, brought down just across the 50. It'll be 4th and about 4. Zeno Marcaselli in on that tackle.
Good defense there. Good, tough defense.
Zeno Marcaselli with the tackle. Brings up 4th and short for Norman.
8 minutes to go. 4th and 3. Ball at the Broken Arrow 49. Fumbled snap. Horton running, firing, incomplete. Underthrew, looking for Andrew Young. Came up short.
I tell you, their
Broken
4th
Arrow
down,
takes over.
Their 4th down play calling is a little suspect, I'm telling you.
Doesn't help when the snap rolls to you.
That's true.
That complicates things. Even so, Norman tonight 0 of 3 on 4th down. 2 of 12 on 3rd down. Cade Horton, 12 of 26 passing, 63 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He also has 13 carries for 35 yards. Seth Dodd will get another crack at leading the Tiger offense. Toss play. That's Julian Mosley on the carry.
Oh.
Now a late flag.
Yeah.
2 of them.
That's on them.
A couple late hits there. Mosley carried for a loss of 2, but it looks like we're going to have a 1st down here after 15 yards on Norman.
Yeah, they're taking that kid out of the game. That was just completely unnecessary.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, late hit, the call on Norman. That's the preliminary signal from Darren Foster.
You know, that's borderline getting kicked out of the game, though.
It's borderline putting Noah Cortez back in and running wild on you.
Yeah.
Not quite, but come on, son. It's 56-0, and it could be 110-0.
Correct.
Let's run the clock and go home. Across the 40 to the 38. Fumbled snap. Seth Dodd just turtles on it. Back it up to the 40 where it'll be 2nd and 12.
Recovered by Broken Arrow. Brings up 2nd down.
We need to play this clean here. These kids need to play clean here. Keep it simple. Let them play clean. We got to have good snaps. You know, this drive has really been extended because of their personal foul penalty.
2nd and 13 coming here from the 41-yard line. Dodd takes the snap. Handoff. Now we got his guy free. It's Julian Mosley. 10-5 house. Touchdown. Broken Arrow. Julian Mosley snaps off a 41-yard touchdown.
You know what was good? What we've been fumbling the snap a little bit. So what Coach Wilkinson did is he put the quarterback underneath the center and ran the power play.
He delayed just for a second, found a seam, and Julian Mosley took that to the house. Touchdown, Broken Arrow. It's 62-0 with 6:45 to go. Snap spot, Skylar Seagraves. Extra point is up and good. 6:45 to go in the game. Broken Arrow 63, Norman nothing. This is Tiger football.
To get great care for your everyday life, you need more than an everyday doctor. You need one that listens. And that's just what Ascension doctors at St. John do. Listening to you helps us see your whole picture. And with care teams who take the time to understand you, getting the care you need when and where you need it has never been easier. Find care that is right for you at getstjohncare.com.
My name is Abigail Bailey. I was at my yearly checkup when I was 12, and we went and got x-rays, and she diagnosed me with scoliosis and that we needed surgery as soon as possible.
Tulsa Bone and Joint was very compassionate. They took their time with us. They answered questions. He was very encouraging.
Dr. Clark helped me see that there is life after spinal fusion. Just because your spine is fused doesn't mean that you can't do what you love to do.
Powered by Sports Talk Media in your iPhone and Android app stores to see video.
3 letters have changed the game when it comes to educating Broken Arrow students. OERs are open educational resources. Let our teachers use openly licensed content from around the world to customize curriculum that best fits our students. The material is aligned with Oklahoma standards and uses real-world applications to develop problem-solving skills. If you know friends or family who work or teach in another district, invite them to Broken Arrow's free regional OER Summit. It'll be at the high school October 18th from 8 until 4. Help us pay it forward by spreading the word about the Regional OER Summit coming to Broken Arrow High School October 18th. You can read more at baschools.org. 6:44 to go in the game. Broken Arrow 63, Norman nothing. A 41-yard touchdown run by Julian Mosley, the latest score. And Norman will send the number 1 offense back out again, trailing by 63 points. 1st and 10 from the 23. Horton takes the snap, handoff left side. This is Joe Willie. Willie still on his feet. Think he has the first down before he's pushed out of bounds by DeAndre Chambers. Check that, Nick Pacheco. Pacheco on the tackle. Give Norman a first down, 1st and 10 at the 35. Clock running, 6:36 to go. 63-0 our score. Stay tuned after we're done here. It's the high school scoreboard show presented by Squirtle. A lot of blowouts going on tonight in district play. Hopefully Kevin Ward and the gang find a couple good games for you on the high school scoreboard show presented by Squirtle. Gain of 6 there on first down for Norman. Tick, tick, tick. Run that clock. Zachary Ketchum, the tackle for Broken Arrow.
Yeah, if we just keep playing a little defense here, we're doing good. We're making them snap the football.
2nd and 4 from the 41. 6:10 to go. Broken Arrow 63. Norman nothing. Cade Horton takes the shotgun snap, fires, screen pass, far side. Tyler Crump on the catch. First down Norman across the 45 to the 48.
Quick pass goes out to Tyler Crump.
Zeno Marcaselli and Adonis Ballard on the tackle for BA.
Did good. I mean, we're doing good. Like we're saying, we're not giving up big plays. We're making them snap the football. Oh, we had him.
Handoff once again goes to Joe Willie.
This is a particular play where we had him at the line of scrimmage on a little stretch play, and he made about a 7-yard gain.
2nd and 3 coming here. Handoff to Joe Little. Joe Willie. I don't know why I keep calling him Joe Little.
Handoff goes up the middle to Joe Willie. He's just short of that first down.
Roster bingo continues for Broken Arrow. 83 had that tackle. I don't have 83 on my chart. Spav, you have 83 on your bingo card. There's
No.
Parker Darnell with the tackle on that one.
And that's good for a Norman first down.
Well, they're about to enter what I consider the red zone, which is 40 yards and in.
1st and 10, Norman. Cade Horton rolling out under pressure. Breaks contain. He's at the 30, the 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Norman. There is a flag.
There's a flag.
It's a 41-yard touchdown for Cade Horton if it stands. Flag is in the end zone. One of the receivers for Norman had an awfully good block, but maybe it was too good.
Yeah.
We'll see what Darren Foster's crew can come up with here.
He said touchdown.
They're going to pick up the flag, and the touchdown will stand.
Flag on the play. Touchdown, Norman.
Huh.
This Norman crowd is celebrating like the Tigers just won the Super Bowl.
Well,
in reality, it was a 41-yard touchdown.
I hate to see that long play like that because we were playing such good defense with them. I know it's not what people expect of a Broken Arrow defense, but these are the young kids. They don't get a lot of practice time.
The extra point attempt is good.
Extra point is up and good. And to your point, Spav, that was a pass play that turned into a broken down 41-yard touchdown run. So, the primary responsibility for that young Tiger defense was coverage, and the coverage was there.
Yeah.
They had a couple guys. They had good pressure upfield.
Just lost contain and just allowed the quarterback to run. You still hate to see that, just, a big play like that because they've been playing some pretty good defense.
Sure. In all seriousness, though, you have to give credit to the Norman student section because they're all still here.
I know.
There's a lot of students here considering the shellacking that's been going on the field for the last 46 minutes or so.
That is kind of impressive. It really is.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of joked about how much they celebrated, but they're all still there.
Most schools don't have a student body like that.
Yeah, or they do at kickoff, and then when it's 28-0, it's see you later.
True.
Let's go get something to eat. Waiting on the Norman kickoff team here.
I think that's kind of like the game I was at last week. Stands emptied pretty quick.
What game was that, Coach?
The Oklahoma State-Texas Tech game.
Huh. Grady Wade ready to kick this off for Norman. 4:32 to go. Broken Arrow 63, Norman 7.
Grady Wade in kickoff formation for Norman.
Pooch kick, out of bounds.
With the win.
Penalty marker down the play.
Interesting strategy.
Mm-hmm. We need to get our this thing updated. Our roster, because I don't have a lot of numbers. Do you?
Well, I was missing a couple.
It must be from the new unis, though.
Could be. I had a couple chats with Coach Wilkinson this week. I said, "Give me the numbers of anybody who might touch the ball," because I saw this coming. I've got a chart in my hand. I've got another list of others taped to the wall. We had almost all of them.
I'd just like to give a lot of kids credit. We see a lot of tackles on defense and players that don't have their number.
Ball we play for 35. First down.
So they'll mark the ball at the 35, and the longest 4 minutes and 32 seconds anybody's experienced in recent memory will start as soon as they snap this ball. Jay Porter's the quarterback. Check that. Handoff up the middle. Broken Arrow's moving it. What a run on first down, Lance Young. First and 10 from the 47. First National Bank first down on that last play. It was Lance Young, the ball carrier. Jay Porter under center. Takes the snap, hands off to Young. Loss of 1 on that play. Clock, though, still running. 3:55 and counting.
Well, we were trying to run the power. We have so many little bodies out there right now. And they still have their starting D out there, which is what you want for us because it's good experience for us.
Broken Arrow coming to the line. Play clock down to 4. Jay Porter, the quarterback. Needs to hurry. Gets it off in time. Handoff to Lance Young. Young straight ahead across the 45 down to about the 43.
Good blocking. Good running.
Gain of 5 for Lance Young. 3 minutes to go now. Broken Arrow leading 63-7.
Oh, Lance Young's got a little bit of vision there. He saw the cutback, hit it.
Mm-hmm. 3rd and 6. Give to Young again. Young with a big hole. First National Bank first down across the 35 to the 34.
Well, one thing for sure, these kids can run the power too. Really good play. Good blocking up front.
.220 to go in the game. Broken Arrow 63, Norman 7.
God, great play. Hitting that power, they just can't stop it.
It's another carry for Lance Young.
I know, he's doing a great
Picked up
job.
about 9 yards.
Yeah, we're blocking well, we're doing things. And this is against their starting defense. Look at the size differential between us and them. It's just incredible right now.
Young, 40 yards on 5 carries.
We're trying to milk the clock.
It's down to 135. Porter takes the snap, fullback dive. First National Bank, first down there.
Getting a lot of kids carrying the ball, and
that'll clinch it. New set of downs. 1:10 to go.
First down for Broken Arrow.
We'll see what Coach Alexander does with the youngsters, but might be some experience in victory formation here for the reserves, and it'll be at least one more play. I formation behind Jay Porter.
Power.
Lance Young, another carry.
There's
Met
your
at the
game.
line. 46 seconds to go in the game.
Out the ball carrier. Brought down by Cody Simpson.
Loss of 1.
Brings up second down for Broken Arrow.
Second and 11. Glad you were with us for Tiger football tonight on Arrowvision and 97.1 FM, the sports animal.
This has been a fun night. We've had a lot of players that have played in the game. They've done well. Really excited night.
A historic night as Noah Cortez sets the school record for most rushing touchdowns in a game with 6. Did it all in the first half. Final play of the game is a long run by number 98.
That run takes the ball inside the Norman.
Got nothing. 16-yard run.
That's your ball game.
That'll do it. Final score from Norman. Number 1, Broken Arrow 63, Norman 7. Postgame show after this. You're listening to Tiger Football. Welcome back to Harv Collins Field. We're having some connection issues with the radio connection, so this will be one of the shorter post-game shows around, but we can tell you that Broken Arrow moves to 5-0 on the season, 2-0 in district play with a 63-7 win over Norman. Noah Cortez set the Broken Arrow record for touchdowns in a game, rushing touchdowns in a game with 14 carries, 200 yards for 6 scores, all in the first half. Tate Robard, 7 of 8 passing, 168 yards and a touchdown. It was a 64-yard strike to Isaiah Keller. Matt Kaiser had 4 catches for 73 yards. Kewan Tolbert had 3 carries for 91 yards and a 78-yard touchdown. Broken Arrow puts up 614 total yards to Norman's 230, but most of those came long after the number 1 defense left the ball game. Spav, what stands out to you tonight?
Gosh, I mean, where can you – I mean, you've talked about everything just with Noah and everything. But, God, I tell you, the value of having both your coordinators back for another year has really shown. I mean, just to have those back has just been so impressive. Our offense is just so much better now that we have the same coordinator. Our defense is so much better that we've had the same coordinator. Those are things that I see that I really like what we did. But just the possessions, you know, we had 9 of our first 9 drives, possessions I should say, we scored 8 of them. And that's quite impressive. And then if you look at theirs, you know, they never once got into what I consider the red zone. The whole game, they never got into the red zone. That just is a sign of a good defense right there. Our defense was just so dominating. And I think in particular it was our linebackers. Our linebackers with Yeager, Marcuselli, and Potter were just unbelievable tonight. And that showed in a lot of things. In the passing game, their passing game, the blitz game, the run game, really impressive. The things that I would like to see would be our D-line really doing getting off blocks and making plays, you know, and not making our linebackers make all the plays. They need to make them. And that's something we're going to get better at with these next few games before we get into the playoffs.
Broken Arrow beats Norman 63-7 and improves to 5-0 on the season. Up next, it's homecoming October 5th, a week from tonight, as Broken Arrow hosts Westmore. The spotter tonight was Mr. Sean Morgan. The statistician, Daniel Hendrickson. Nolan Couch was producing our AeroVision stream with engineering support from Terry Sprider. For my partner, Steve Spavital, this is Charlie Hanema saying good night from Broken Arrow, where the Tigers are still number 1 with a 63-7 win.